The Lost Primarchs of the 2nd and 11th Legions are among the most enduring enigmas in Warhammer 40,000 lore. Unlike their brethren, whose lives and legacies have been chronicled in both triumph and tragedy, these two figures have been erased from history so completely that their names, deeds, and even their physical appearances are unknown. They are little more than shadows, acknowledged in hushed tones by their surviving siblings and marked by blank spaces in the records of the Imperium. The deliberate and thorough nature of their removal has only deepened their mystique, inviting endless speculation and debate among fans and scholars alike. What makes the mystery of the Lost Primarchs so compelling is its intentional vagueness. Their absence is not the result of oversight or neglect, but a purposeful narrative choice by the creators of Warhammer 40,000. This absence serves to evoke questions. What could they have done to deserve such a fate? Were they destroyed in battle, or did they suffer some greater doom that necessitated their erasure? While hints and cryptic references exist, they are deliberately sparse, leaving players and readers to piece together fragments of a puzzle that may never have a definitive answer. This shroud of secrecy surrounding the Lost Primarchs has become a defining aspect of the Warhammer 40k universe, contributing to its grimdark atmosphere. In a galaxy filled with secrets, betrayals, and horrors, the story, or lack thereof, of the Lost Primarchs emphasizes the Imperium's oppressive control over knowledge and history. They stand as a testament to the Imperium's obsession with order and the extremes to which it will go to suppress its own dark past. Although the official lore regarding the Lost Primarchs is sparse, Games Workshop has left subtle breadcrumbs scattered throughout the Warhammer 40k narrative. These fragments provide tantalizing glimpses into what might have occurred, though they stop short of offering definitive answers. One of the most notable clues comes from the Horus Heresy novels, where the remaining Primarchs occasionally refer to their missing brothers in moments of rare candor. These moments suggest a deep sense of loss, regret, and even guilt, hinting that the fate of the Lost Primarchs was both tragic and monumental. The Emperor's role in their disappearance is another significant point of speculation. The Primarchs were designed as his ultimate tools of conquest, and their loyalty was paramount. The notion that two of them could have strayed so far from his vision as to warrant complete erasure implies a betrayal or failure of catastrophic proportions. Some fragments of dialogue suggest that the Emperor himself ordered their destruction, with the other Primarchs either complicit or powerless to intervene. This aligns with the Imperium's broader theme of ruthless suppression of any threat to its survival, even if it comes from within. Additionally, the numbering of the legions offers a curious detail. The 2nd and 11th Legions were fully functional military forces before their removal, meaning they must have participated in the early phases of the Great Crusade. This raises questions about their actions during that time, actions significant enough to leave a mark before their erasure. What's more, certain apocryphal sources suggest that the Imperium may have deliberately isolated and destroyed their legions to prevent their influence from spreading. These hints fuel theories about civil war, heresy, or events so horrifying that even the Imperium deemed them unfit for remembrance. The fate of the Lost Primarchs remains one of Warhammer 40k's most debated mysteries, with the community presenting a range of theories. A recurring idea is that the Emperor himself ordered their removal after they committed acts so heinous or disastrous that no other punishment could suffice. This could involve failures in their campaigns during the Great Crusade or even rebellions against the Emperor's authority, though no canon source confirms this explicitly. What makes this theory compelling is its alignment with the Emperor's cold pragmatism and his desire to present an image of unshakable control over the Imperium. To preserve this illusion, the memory of the Lost Primarchs might have been purged to ensure no stain marred the Emperor's reputation or legacy. Others theorize the Lost Primarchs were destroyed not for rebellion or failure, but due to corruption by chaos. The warp's influence, potent and malevolent, could have twisted them beyond redemption. Given the fates of Primarchs like Magnus the Red and Horus, this seems plausible, especially if the Emperor judged them too far gone to risk containment or rehabilitation. This possibility is particularly terrifying as it implies the Chaos Gods succeeded in swaying not one, but two of the Emperor's most powerful creations even before the heresy, a fact that would be devastating to morale if it became widely known. A final, less grim theory suggests the Lost Primarchs and their legions may not have been destroyed at all, but exiled to distant corners of the galaxy. This would explain the complete absence of their legacy within Imperial records. Proponents of this idea argue the Emperor might have seen exile as a merciful alternative to annihilation, granting them a chance to exist far from the Imperium's influence and the dangers of the Great Crusade. While this interpretation lacks solid evidence, it opens intriguing possibilities for storytelling and the chance that these Lost Primarchs could one day re-emerge in the galaxy. The erasure of the Lost Primarchs from Imperial history raises an unsettling question. Why go to such lengths to forget them entirely? The Emperor's actions suggest that their fates were not only tragic, but also a profound threat to the Imperium's stability. By obliterating their memory, the Emperor may have sought to avoid the demoralization of his people, the fracturing of his sons, or even the risk of chaos exploiting their legacies. In a galaxy where symbols and narratives shape reality as much as physical might, the removal of two Primarchs and their legions could have been an act of narrative control. Another possible explanation lies in the idea of collective guilt or shame. The Primarchs were created as paragons, embodiments of the Emperor's vision for humanity. If two of them fell so spectacularly short of this ideal, their very existence could undermine the Emperor's grand project. For the remaining Primarchs, the erasure could serve as both a warning and a psychological shield. It ensured they would not be haunted by the memory of their lost brothers or tempted to follow in their footsteps. Instead, they could focus entirely on their assigned roles within the Great Crusade. On a more pragmatic level, the removal of the Lost Primarchs could have been an effort to suppress the influence of their legions. Astartes are fiercely loyal to their Primarchs, and their existence often becomes entwined with their leader's legacy. By erasing the Lost Primarchs, the Emperor might have aimed to prevent lingering pockets of resistance or dissent within their legions. The Great Crusade demanded unity above all else, and the complete annihilation of their influence ensured the Imperium remained focused on its galactic conquest. One recurring theory posits that the Lost Primarchs were deliberately created to embody traits or philosophies that the Emperor later deemed incompatible with his vision for the Imperium. Perhaps one was too independent, challenging the Emperor's authority, while the other might have harbored ideologies that contradicted the Imperium's rigid doctrines. Another compelling theory suggests that the Lost Primarchs may have been manipulated by xenos influences, leading to their ultimate erasure. The galaxy teems with powerful alien entities, many of which wield psychic capabilities far beyond human comprehension. Perhaps one of the missing Primarchs fell victim to such manipulation, becoming a pawn for a xenos agenda that threatened the Imperium's stability. Alternatively, They might have willingly adopted an ideology of coexistence with alien species, seeing extermination as unnecessary or unjustified. Such views would have been anathema to the Emperor's vision of human supremacy, potentially marking them as irredeemable in his eyes. The mystery surrounding the Lost Primarchs significantly enhances the atmosphere of secrecy, loss, and tragedy that defines much of Warhammer 40,000. Their absence speaks to the grand tragedy of the Imperium itself, a galaxy filled with untold stories, unheeded lessons, and the haunting consequences of failed ambition. The Lost Primarchs are a constant reminder that the Emperor's grand design was never fully realized, and that even the greatest of his creations were not immune to failure or the chaotic forces that shaped their lives. Their absence is not just a gap in the narrative, but a symbol of the futility of knowledge and the inevitable decay of all things, a theme that resonates through the entire Warhammer setting. The decision to leave this mystery unresolved is a narrative choice that contributes to the grimdark tone of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. In a setting where hope is fleeting and the future is uncertain, the question of the Lost Primarchs' fate adds an element of the unknowable. It reinforces the sense that there are forces at play in the universe far beyond the comprehension of mortals, and that even the Emperor, the most powerful human ever to live, was unable to ensure that his vision for the future was fully realized. The unanswered questions surrounding these figures only add to the sense of tragedy that pervades Warhammer. No answers, only more questions, more sorrow. There is an argument to be made about whether the Lost Primarchs should ever be revealed or remain forever shrouded in mystery. Revealing them could provide closure, but it could also risk undermining the powerful narrative that their absence creates. The mystery itself adds weight to the lore. By not knowing their fate, we are left to imagine the countless possibilities, each one potentially more tragic and horrifying than the last. Perhaps it is this uncertainty that makes the Lost Primarchs such an enduring and impactful part of Warhammer 40,000. The beauty of their mystery is that in the grimdark future, some questions are best left unanswered. If you enjoyed diving into the mystery of the Lost Primarchs, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the Warhammer 40k universe. And don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out on any future content. Got your own theories about the Lost Primarchs? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.